You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, joined by the household of Allie, Genevieve, Derek, and Amanda is almost finally kind of back. She returned from her trip. She's feeling a bit under the weather, so she is calling from her home. She missed us so much. How you doing, Amanda?
I did miss you guys. I'm thrilled to be back. I had the most magical time with my family, and it's good to just be back in LA.
Our pop culture correspondent, also known as my fiance, Natalie Joy, also joins the household. And we have a fantastic episode for you. The one, the only, the heartthrob himself, Tyler Cameron, is with us. Cameron Tyler. Doesn't really matter. Either way, he's still hot. He was supposed to be last Thursday. This episode is going to feel a little bit more like a going deeper because we have her texting office hour. I know we all had that crazy experience with Savannah Chrisley. If you haven't listened to that episode, do yourself a favor and go check it out. I know many of you are tuning in for Tyler, as you should, but go check out that episode. It was wild. That was just, I'm still recovering from the craziness that was the Savannah Chrisley episode. Anyway, Tyler Cameron is with us. It's a lot of fun. We'll get to Tyler momentarily. What'd you all do this weekend?
What is so funny? Genevieve and I.
We had a night.
We had a night on
You guys went out together?
Yeah.
Is that where you got these matching sweatshirts?
I was about to say.
No.
This was a coincidence.
It actually was.
Okay.
Are they the same brand?
Oh, yeah. They came in the same package.
the
We just
same.
didn't
How do we get them?
coordinate.
Is this like merch swag that we got?
Well, this is from Loverboy. Loverboy is the Summer House brand of alcohol.
Kyle started it.
So-
Amanda, his wife, works on it with him. Carl works on it.
They reached out after
Carl.
Genevieve mentioned them on the show, and then they sent us
Gotcha.
these.
Is it any good?
Loverboy. Loverboy?
The drink
Yeah.
or the merch?
I
both.
guess either.
Both are good.
Both great. Both great.
Both
Oh.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen an espresso martini in a can anywhere else, so I feel like that alone,
Period.
pretty
There we
special.
go.
Anyway, what'd you all do?
We started at Tom Tom.
Yes.
Then we hit Sir. Not a Peter in
Wait,
sight.
what?
I'm a little sad about
Wait,
that.
why did you go
We
on
were
a
like, it's a
Vanderpump?
Vanderpump night.
I'd
Wow.
never been to
Were
any
you
of these
Ubering?
places.
Yeah. Oh, we're not parking on Santa Monica. Ooh, no.
Okay.
Well, and we drank a ton.
Sir and Tom.
I threw up.
Sir and Tom.
You
I've
did
never been to
throw up
Tom
so many
Tom's.
times.
Genevieve just sounded like the little kid that like comes into the room in the middle of the night like, Mom, I threw up.
I threw up a lot.
Mom,
You
I
threw up a bunch.
A ton. I need to talk to a doctor. When I drink like a
You get the
little
spins?
too much.
You get the spins.
Well, absolutely. And then I was out of commission the entire day yesterday.
Have you ever blacked out?
No.
That's a gift.
Me too.
Wow.
You either get the spins or you black out. It's usually not one or the other. And you should
I
consider
hate
yourself
the spin.
lucky.
Genevieve, did you throw up in the bathroom, in the Uber, in the home?
No, she got home.
I got home, but I was in the Uber and it was like 15 minutes left of the ride and I was like, okay, like I can do this. And in my mind, it was 5 minutes later. I look at the clock, 14 minutes left. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's the worst.
In my
Do you
mind, 10
think-
minutes past 13 minutes.
Did you stick your head out the window?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was freaking
You know what
out.
another trick? You know what
I was
another trick
freaking out.
is? Oh, you know what I'm gonna say, babe?
What?
When you get home, you have the spins. Put one foot
leg
on the ground.
in the bed.
Yeah.
Like when you lay down to go to bed, you
Oh.
put one foot off the bed.
Yeah.
and
I don't
put
like
it on
that
the
though. What
ground.
about the monsters?
What?
I have
Okay.
to be
Do you
protected
think?
under
Do you
the
think
charge.
it was the espresso martini shot that Tom Schwartz made us in the middle of your red wine?
Wait, you saw Tom Schwartz?
Oh yeah,
Where was he?
at Schwartz and Sandy's.
You went. Oh God.
He
you
was
went-
behind the
so
bar.
you went to West Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't think I think I've been to Vanderpump. Which one's
To
Sir?
The
pump.
pump.
Pump, it feels like they're kind of combining with Tom Tom now.
Yeah, so
that
Pump's
it's
Wait, then that
closed.
closed,
Yes.
right?
Pump
Yeah.
is dead,
That's next to Tom Tom's.
and you kind of. And now Tom Tom serves pumptinis. I don't know if that was always a thing,
Okay.
but
They
I've
have,
only
like, a
ever gotten
Pump
pumptinis
sign
at Pump.
outside of Tom
Yeah.
Tom.
How was it?
Fabulous time.
Yeah.
Truly incredible.
What was your favorite of the three?
Schwartz and Sandy was fun because we really
Yes.
integrated ourselves into the
you
team.
you really liked.
Yeah, we were
We
standing.
joined the staff.
Yes, where
Were
the
you a
drinks were put on the
bartending?
bar.
Well, like kind
we
of.
asked, do you want help?
I like had a thumb war moment with Tom
Did they
Schwartz. I feel like we
know-
really bonded.
Who you all were?
Schwartz did.
Schwartz knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
I introduced myself to Schwartz.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But Greg probably didn't.
No, Greg was spilling tea.
Yeah, he was talking shit.
Business
Oh wait,
owner?
Greg is the-
Again?
oh right.
He was.
No, that was Brett. Brett no longer works there.
Brett no longer works there? He was
We
talking
texted
shit
him.
too.
Yeah, he was really, he was
So,
talking a whole
I'm going to get together with
lot.
Brett and we're going to see if we can get some details.
And Greg was just there mouthing off to you guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where was Schwartz?
Behind the bar, wandering around.
Who was he talking? Was it just about the Toms?
Kind
Basically?
both, yeah. 'Cause
Yes,
we were
yeah,
trying to like
both.
hype up Schwartz and he was like, about Schwartz. But
We
he
were like,
definitely
"He's
doesn't like
here."
Sandoval.
No,
And what was Greg doing there?
he was not behind the bar.
He was not behind the bar. Maybe he was managing.
And he
from a
was just talking
distance.
shit to anyone who
I mean, he
asked.
sure walked on up to it. I mean, I'll make friends with anybody, but yeah, he was giving.
So the owner of one of the owners of a bar just like is walking up to patrons
Well,
and just being
now
like,
that
I was
think
like
about it,
taking the drink
yeah,
tickets and like
we-
putting them on the
we
thing.
were
I was
wearing
like on the
black.
payroll at that point.
Maybe he thought we
So-
worked there.
No, for sure.
were both
like
wearing
I was
black and we
asking
were
the waiters
over
if I
there.
could do their jobs for them.
but why was he talking shit about you? He just walked up to you and said, you know who I fucking can't stand?
I don't know how the shit talking
I
started.
don't either. It felt like suddenly he was
I
there
like to just act
and his
like I know
mouth was
people.
moving. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my good friend.
I know the audience probably wants you to say what the shit talking was, but he didn't know you guys worked for a pot. It feels icky for us to.
Yeah. Share.
But was it just like silly shit talking, or do we need to get this guy on the podcast?
It's like we don't need to talk about it, but like let's talk about it.
But like,
But I also thought it was interesting because when I was, I wanted to find out what Greg's last name was. So I just Googled Greg, Schwartz, and Sandy's. And people posted like a week ago, someone posted a TikTok that she went to Schwartz and Sandy's and he was talking shit to her too.
Who?
Like a random
random
girl on
girl.
TikTok. We're not the only ones he's sharing this with.
sure,
Unfortunately.
yeah. Is it just like the typical like he's just not a fan of Sandoval?
It felt like he was venting to us.
Yeah. There were some details.
Yeah. Yeah. But it felt like we were pals.
We were good friends with much of the staff by the time we left.
Oh, yeah. I wanted Allie to get a number, but then he disappeared.
He went on break and he never came back.
Did he seem drunk?
Schwartz?
No, Greg.
Oh, no. Greg
no,
seems sober.
No.
Schwartz? I mean,
Maybe. I mean, he took the shot with us.
yeah. I
Yeah.
made him take the shot with it.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
What a night.
Okay.
Well, Nick and I went to a Mexican restaurant last night, Casa Vegas, the Kardashians' favorite Mexican restaurant, if anyone wanted to know. And I realized something about Nick in that moment. You know, like when you are, you're talking about something and you want to like, you see something and you want to share with the person you're with, like, oh my gosh, like, love that girl's skirt or like, love this
A bid
over
for
here.
connection.
Yeah, yeah.
A what?
A bid for connection. It's like when you
A bid for
it's like
connection. Okay.
if you make something, even if you say something that's like not a question, but it's like you're like say an observation, it's like you're trying to connect with whoever you're with by like sharing that and being on the same page about it. So you can call it like a bid for connection.
It
It's
gives
like,
you a point to
like-
yes and.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and anyways, and so Nick and I were talking about how delicious a Coca-Cola, an ice cold Coca-Cola would taste. And we're waiting. We've been there for like 10 minutes. We were like waiting to get seated.
I was parched. We were parched.
Yeah. we were really excited about this Coca-Cola. And I see this waitress. We're standing like literally in the middle of where the waitresses walk by. And she has a tray with one single ice cold Coca-Cola on it. And I did Nick a favor and waited until she would literally get to where all he
Okay.
would have to do is turn his head to the slightest bit and he would make eye contact with this Coca-Cola. And I said, oh my gosh, look at that Coke. Where did Nick look, do you ask me? Not in the wrong direction, but the opposite direction. He looked up. He looked on the ceiling. Not really sure why. And then by the time he came back down, he then looked to the right and she was just gone. And I was so mad. I'm like, no, she's left. You missed the moment. You decided to look up. I don't know what the fuck was on the ceiling. Like why you thought a Coca-Cola would come from the ceiling.
I want to go to that restaurant.
I mean, yeah.
Have you been somewhere where that happened?
It was a Sunday. I was, you know,
It was a Sunday.
I was.
The brain doesn't work.
No.
I had tapped out of anything, and I don't remember. I guess I looked up. She's like, "Look at that." I was like, huh.
Like, look at that Coca-Cola.
But we also, Natalie, had this epiphany at dinner, which was concerning for the both of us, and that is we realized we're going to give birth to a valley girl.
We are going to give birth.
That's not good.
Like our daughter is going to be born in the valley.
For the rest of her life, she is going. No
And
matter
I don't
where
know
she
how I
ends up.
feel about that because that was such a famous thing to
Stigmatized.
A
be.
valley
And it's
girl.
very much stigmatized. And Natalie made an excellent point about, like, I'm just a kid from Wisconsin, the Midwest, and she's just a girl from the South, Alabama, or Georgia, depending what time of her life you ask.
It does change every day.
And now, especially in California, when people like, it's like, oh, you're from Wisconsin. You're from Alabama. There's a safetyness in that of like, oh, you're harmless.
Schwartz showed me his Minnesota
Yeah,
tattoo.
it's just
It
like,
was a
oh,
bonding
you're like,
time.
you're safe to be around, and like, nothing against my California people. I love you. It's like it's where I've chosen to literally start a family. But there's a sense of, oh, I'm from LA, where you're just a bit like guarded. You know, you're not
For the
sure.
rest of her life, she'll have to go somewhere and be like, oh, yeah, I was born and raised in LA.
And every time someone tells me they're born and raised in LA, they say it with a bit of attitude. You know, like,
LA.
I'm from LA.
Yeah, it's usually like condescending. I feel like
it is.
Like, they're
I'm
like, how
sorry.
did you not know?
And I'm sorry for all the born and raised LA people out there. Love you. Thanks for listening to the show. But I'm a little sad to realize that our daughter's going to be a Valley girl. And
I'm going to force her to have a Southern accent.
Are you just going to lay it on?
Yeah.
You know who we saw on Friday? And I don't get starstruck very easily. Pedro Pascal.
Really?
And
You-
he's like hotter in person, if you can imagine.
Oh my god,
It's
I actually
like-
can't imagine
No,
that.
I
'cause
know.
He's already
I couldn't
so
either.
But he
hot.
has
I
like
know.
such a star face. You know, it's larger than life. And I don't know if his dimensions of his actual face are in fact large. It's just like his face like took over the room. And not because it's him, but he has
Oh.
such
He was
like,
he looked
distinguished-
so cool. He
Yes.
was just wearing like these
you couldn't take your eyes
tinted
off of him.
glasses, and his hair was all messy. And he was like
Sexy.
waiting for his table with we believe Sarah Paulson was also there, but her back was to us, so we really
Well,
couldn't
he's like
make it out,
besties with
but-
Sarah Paulson.
Yes.
And like
They're
we saw the
famously
back.
mommy and daddy of Hollywood.
We saw the
I
back
would
of
agree,
someone
yeah.
who could have been Sarah Paulson, but we didn't try to make it that
Let's
obvious.
just say it was.
Let's just
No,
say
and
it.
it was. We saw Sarah Paulson.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we did.
We,
We
did see
actually- yeah,
Sarah
we hugged.
Paulson with a group of
We had
people
dinner.
at
We had dinner.
Pascal once, but it wasn't with Pedro. It was kind of cool. He was. He definitely. He looks every bit of the star that he is. Yeah. I don't know.
I only know him from crunching that sandwich.
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? You pissed me off. She didn't know who John Hamm was. Can you believe that? Love you.
Thanks.
Amazing weekend together.
I had a weird conversation with John Hamm once. Very nice.
Weird how.
Who is he?
You could tell he was being very friendly to me
Okay.
because we had mutual friends. I could tell he didn't want to be in the conversation, and it was like awkward for the both of us. But he was very nice.
John Hamm is someone who I automatically assume is his character in Bridesmaids, which is a testament to his wonderful acting. But I feel like I hold a grudge against him because
That
of
is
how
an insult,
effectively
yeah.
he plays a dick.
I could just tell he didn't want to have the conversation with me that he was having, but he was also attempting to be nice at the same. He was basically, I related to him, and so I empathized. I was like,
That's
you
not
know,
something many people can say. I've related to John Hamm.
well,
Yeah.
just the fact that he didn't want to talk to me, and I often don't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, to be fair, he's more of a Bravo fan, so
Oh.
yeah, I wasn't then. Yeah, yeah, but he is a baseball fan. We talked about baseball for a minute.
What team?
He's a Cardinals fan, I believe.
Oh, yeah, the Cardinals fan are staunch
Yeah.
in their support.
They are the most annoying baseball fans out there.
Thank
which
you
is
so much for
shocking.
saying it's not the Red Sox. I'm
Yeah,
just
which is
honestly shocked
shocking.
and surprised.
Yeah, you know. But as a Brewer fan, we don't like the Cardinal fans. Anyway, I don't know if any of y'all care. What else is going on in the pop world before we get to Tyler Cameron?
Well, speaking of our, since we're so tight with the Vanderpump community,
We
Raquel,
encouraged her to do this.
now Rachel, has officially changed her handle on Instagram. So for a while, she had just changed her name, but the handle was still Raquel. Now it is officially Rachel Levis, and she has added Healing Era to her bio.
Why?
Get ready for that podcast.
What if that's the name of the podcast?
Healing era?
Honestly, it probably will be.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Ugh,
It'll do well, that first episode.
that first
Yeah.
one.
And
Let us
also,
like.
maybe you guys can raise your kids with the Kardashians because Kim Kardashian is raising her children here. And Saint, who is 7, just gave the paparazzi the middle finger.
That's so interesting because Courtney's son, Rain, he is like known for being a terror to paparazzi.
Mhm.
And so I wonder if Saint picked up on that from Rain because they just will flick off whoever. They don't care.
This is a normal thing.
For Rain, it is. Courtney's son, Rain. He
Courtney's
does it a
kids.
lot. Yeah.
Oh, but not Kim's kids.
Right. I know a girl who used to
like
nanny
the bad
them.
cousins.
And yeah, and
Yeah.
her stories about Rain, he would like, she said that they would go on a walk around the neighborhood and he would see like an old like couple, you know, on their afternoon walk and he'd just go, take your top off to an old lady from across
Who
the
would
street.
do this?
Courtney's son Rain. And she just have these
What a
stories of
terrorist.
him like being so terrible. But they're like hilarious.
Do you remember how old you were when you first started swearing? I was really young when I think about it.
I would like try to work around it where I would be like, Van Damme. Because I was like, it's not actually swearing. It's a
Oh,
name.
that's funny.
So I'd be like, oh, Van Damme. Or I'd stick
No.
my tongue out on people inside of my mouth.
That's not a swear
No, but do you
word.
remember
I
when
know.
you were like saying fuck and shit to your friends?
I remember when I learned it and someone told me it was fuck, like not fuck.
Well, you're from Boston.
And so then I sat on that information for like a year. And then finally I was like, I'm going to spread the good word. And so I told someone, I was like, no, like fuck. And like my friend made me feel so stupid. She was like, it's fuck, Amanda.
How old
Wow.
are you?
I was in 3rd grade. I
Yeah.
was like 8 or 9.
I was like in the 2nd grade and I had a potty mouth. I remember, I have a vivid memory.
That has not changed.
I have a memory of like being on a walk with the dog and being like, you really got to swear less, Nick.
The dog said that?
No, me. Well, maybe, honestly. I was in the 2nd grade, but I have a vivid memory of being like, this is why. This is too much. You're in the 2nd grade.
At least you
Tap
had
the
that
brakes
He's
there.
down a dark
realization.
path. It continues.
You're like
Stop
smoking a
yourself.
cigarette while you say that to yourself.
I had an early potty mouth. I don't know. What about you, Genevieve?
Yeah, I remember learning them. Like, I remember on the bus ride back from school, the older kids would like come to us and be like, okay, we're going to make you guess. It starts with this and it ends with this. Guess what it is. And I remember specifically learning cunt because they were like, this is the worst one ever. And we were like, oh my God, the worst one ever. I can't believe we've graduated to this. And it took us the entire 40-minute bus ride to guess cunt. And we finally guessed it. We were like, doesn't really like, I didn't
Yeah.
think it packed as much as a punch when I
You're
first
like, so what does
learned
it mean? And they're like, we don't really know.
But it's bad.
But it's bad.
really
It's
bad.
so
Yeah.
bad. I thought you were taking the word back. Is it?
Well, I mean, when I was in like the 4th grade, they were like, never say this.
and
Whispering.
so who can use the word cunt now?
Not you.
Not me.
Basically anyone but you.
Perfect.
And that's
Derek,
because
I think Derek might be allowed.
Derek before me.
Derek's just like Gen Z. It kind of feels like Gen Z has reclaimed it. And then like,
I feel like
Millennial
with
women.
the power dynamic of boss and employee, it'd be a little
Yeah,
different if you
yeah.
walked in, you're like, sup, cunts. Like,
But you can call me that.
I don't think I've called you a cunt.
You certainly have.
no,
I think I've called you like little slut.
Yeah. But if I say it, then it's like, does he really think I'm a
Is he joking?
is he
Like, yeah.
joking?
Are you
What if,
scared?
can I say it not towards you? What if I say it in a positive way?
yeah, like, oh my
Like,
gosh, that's
Oh,
so cunty
my
of
Green
you.
Bay Packers, those cunts are going to win this week.
I think maybe if
Can
you
I
said
say that?
no, I think maybe if you said cunty, that's a little bit
They're being
better.
about who, though?
No, like in a positive way. I feel like Natalie, you're serving cunt today. I love it. You know?
Really? I can say that?
Yeah, you can
no.
say it. I'm a safe place. You can say it to me.
God, could you imagine?
Workshop it with Natalie and then bring it
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
us.
let's test it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll test it out.
Out to dinner in public?
Maybe at home first.
Yeah. Start by
Next
Instagram
time you
Lives.
look at the ceiling for a Coke, oh, little cunt.
Yeah. Kevin Federline wants Britney Spears to increase. What was it, all these deadbeats trying to get more money from their kids?
Truly unclear.
Good job, Kev. Come on. Kevin Federline wants more child support. Nick Jonas scolds fans over throwing things.
We
Why
gotta
are
stop
people still?
throwing
Why are
things.
people still throwing things?
I don't know. It's not good. We gotta stop this trend.
Why do they keep calling him the camp rock star? Like, isn't he past
I know.
that? That's kind of sad.
I
Wait,
do
was
think,
that,
though,
is that who said this?
I do think though sometimes with
some-
these
some shitty
articles
headline.
they pick the most random. Like
Yeah.
everyone
They
knows
really do.
who Taylor Swift is,
They're so
but then you
mean.
read an article and it's like the bejeweled singer. Like it feels like they just
know what it
always want to
is?
have
It's-
something new.
It's because then they embed a link to a previous article where that was somehow the headline.
It's also like in English class when you were told, like, don't you repeat the same words. Like, you have to find synonyms. And so it's like they'll find like a million different little descriptors for the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because like someone reading this article is going to be like, Camp Rock? Like, what is Nick Jonas was in camp rock. You know, like someone like myself.
What?
How do I know?
He was like the lead.
Yeah.
of
Wait,
Camp
are you
Rock.
a
not
boomer?
Nick.
No,
Joe was.
Joe.
Joe was.
No, I'm not.
Well, the three
Oh.
of them kind of were.
No, but have you seen the TikToks of
Really?
the scene of them in the limo where Nick is like, "You're getting some really bad press, so
I
now you have to get it figured out." And
didn't
someone
have cable as a
reposted that
kid.
saying after the Sophie Turner divorce, and
Yeah.
it's just a baby Nick Jonas talking to Joe, like, "You're getting some really bad press, so we have an issue with that. The band has an issue with that."
I didn't have cable. Anyways,
It
they
also wouldn't have been out at the time you were watching.
I just came to the
Disney.
realization that Nick's a boomer.
I'm not a boomer.
Holy shit. You're
What?
not a millennial.
Yeah, I am. I'm the oldest millennial.
Ever?
To ever
Out of
live?
all the millennials. Wait, going back to football,
Thank you.
seems like Travis and Taylor might be
Oh,
dating.
wrong.
'cause
No.
his
Travis.
brother, Jason, didn't deny
Natalie
it.
has become obsessed with the Kelseys.
I've ended up on Travis Kelsey and his brother's podcast TikTok page.
Oh,
They're just like very charming brothers. They banter off of each other very
Aw.
well. And they're just like, I have no idea what they're talking about because it's mostly about football and I really don't know. But Travis has like kind of a nice face to look at. I don't know if anyone else would agree, but it's like kind of nice.
He's a
cute.
handsome guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you support him and Taylor,
for sure.
knowing what you now know about him?
For sure. Because I know the song would be so good,
I agree.
Oh yeah.
you know?
but did you see the announcer said like snuck in blank space to his commentary?
He
Kelsey
snuck
finds
in
a blank
so much
space
stuff.
for the score.
Like
Yeah.
he's being an anti-hero. Like, oh, this is so delicate.
Oh,
Who did this?
Really?
the NFL announcer.
Those cheeky monsters.
The NFL announcer is a Swiftie.
Or he's just like playing fun
Or he's
at
having
Doing his
fun.
homework
the
at
like
least.
perhaps situation. Definitely doing his homework.
Wow.
Good job,
Pulled up
King.
the discography.
I heard they like had met, but it's nothing romantic.
Other sources are being like they're spending some time together, and it might be casual, but they're seeing each other.
And then Jason said, I know Trav is having fun. We'll see what happens with whoever he ends up with.
Mm.
That's cute for Taylor.
We like it.
They're both so fit too. They would have the athleticism in that bedroom.
Oh my God, seriously?
She runs 5 miles every day and sings at the same time.
She runs 5 miles every day.
That's
To
how she
train
prepped
for this?
for the Eras
Yeah.
tour,
5
and I
miles
know
is a
that
lot.
I
directly.
know. And to
She told
sing?
you?
I don't remember the last time I ran 5 miles.
Someone in her family.
Her brother.
Think about it.
No, it actually wasn't. Someone else.
She's a brother.
Allie could have married him, but she kind of
I
fumbled the
had a
bag.
conversation with him. I didn't propose.
You didn't close.
You could have moved the needle on that one.
Her mom blew me a kiss. That's all I needed.
That's
You're
nice.
basically in the family.
I know.
You're basically Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift actually strikes me as a remarkably good sister-in-law. Like, I feel like she would be very out of her way welcoming. And like, she would be the one who like notices that like maybe you're on the periphery of like the mingle part before dinner of like a family event
Yeah.
and would like be very good about like bringing you into the conversation.
Oh my God, 100%. I told you the one time I hung out with Taylor Swift, she spent the whole time like dancing with like this 10-year-old girl and made sure she had the best possible time.
And then she gave you a ride home.
Then she gave me a ride home with other people. Yeah, no, she was.
Nick's
was
like, and then we ran 5 miles
she was
together."
everything you
Sang.
just described in the brief moment that I saw her. So yeah, what a queen.
Wow.
Is that it? Is that all we got? Are we getting Tyler Cameron?
Question, before we get into Tyler, do you think it's pierced?
I think what is pierced?
Have you not seen everything online?
Haven't heard the controversy,
Oh,
the
is it-
rumors, the debate.
is that being? Are you guys being serious?
Yeah, like people want to
Well,
know.
We'll show you the video.
Everybody
With
was
the
saying they're
grandma?
going to watch this episode on YouTube
With
to
the-
like zoom in.
With the grandma? Is there
No, that
more?
was him trolling.
Yeah,
I guess they're
yeah.
responding to the original video.
Yeah,
What's the original video?
him working out,
in
and you
blue
see
shorts.
like this a little potential piercing through his shorts.
On his penis?
Yeah,
Let me
You
see
should have
this
asked
picture.
him. Can you
We'll
ask
show
him?
you.
When people pierce their penis, where do they do it? Is it like a
It's like
surface
the-
piercing?
yeah.
The head of their penis.
It looked like almost like a
Oh.
rod coming on each side.
But then how do
Oh.
they pee?
I don't know.
They do it to the side of the urethra.
I don't know.
Like,
They're like, if you could just not go through my urethra, bro. That'd be
it's like a
great.
side part.
It's a side part. No. I don't know, but honestly, that would terrify me if I were going to have sex with a man and he.
You guys are nuts.
See?
What is that?
Wait.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh God. yeah,
Yes.
sure, content indeed.
You had to click on mature content.
Do you see it?
Zoom in.
Well, then I'm gonna get banned for mature content again.
I think it's just a weird crease.
Mm,
Yeah.
Natalie?
Where would that be pierced?
I don't know. I'm scared.
I feel like it's like a rod at the end with 2 little balls on each side.
Like a nipple piercing.
No. I'd be shocked, but maybe. I'd be shocked.
That's not a very like.
That's just a fucking crease. The crease which continues down.
No.
I wanna,
It stays. That's not a crease. It stays. No, it's not because it doesn't
It's
move.
a crease. I feel like we should just stop staring at Tyler's dick.
Well, I think he's like putting it in people's face to stare at.
True.
You know, like those angles are very much like from down below.
They are. Yeah, that's true.
So
But I just feel like, listen, it's a weird looking thing and it makes all these different shapes and sizes. And who knows what's down there, you know?
truly.
I would like to find out.
Yes, it could be the workout strings. It could just be tucked in a weird way. You know, it's...
But he's got to see that that does look a little suspicious.
Yeah, I hear you, but I doubt he saw it before. And I don't even think it's him who's posting. We know it's not
true.
him who's posting.
Was it his girlfriend?
Well, we'll find out. Before we get to Tyler, just know Thursday's episode of Going Deeper, Dustin Lynch, country music star. Dustin Lynch is with us. To talk about his new album, his new music. We'll get to know Dustin.
He broke up with Dustin?
Yeah.
Broke up with his girlfriend back in 2022. I don't think he's been seeing anyone ever since.
Oh, Dustin. Okay. He broke up with his girlfriend.
As the only single member of the household, this is my investigative journalism to see how good I have to look before coming to work.
Is that what it's about?
Correct.
Honestly, that's I feel like that's a smart way to
Okay.
think. Yeah.
Well, on Thursday, Allie tries to score a date with Justin Lynch. All right.
Period.
Tune in for
to
that.
Find out.
Yeah. Tyler Cameron time. Well, don't forget to send in those questions at AskNick@theviallfiles.com for all things Ask Nick. Texting office hours. We have a great texting office hours for you today, this episode. I know we don't normally do that on our reality recap, but we had to move some things around because, you know, T. All right, Tyler Cameron, everybody. Well, if you want to defy the father time and keep that skin glowing and looking youthful and fresh, you have got to check out OneSkin.
It literally is science because the OneSkin products are powered by the revolutionary OS1 peptide, which the peptide is scientifically proven to target aged, also called senescent cells, which are a central source of skin aging. Their scientists have shown that it can actually reduce the biological age of skin by several years in their groundbreaking resource. So healthier, more youthful looking skin doesn't just look great, which we all want, obviously, but it's good for your overall wellness too.
I think of all the other lotions you guys have been putting out there, it's all the same. There's no peptides in it.
Or it feels like a full skincare process is like 7 to 10 steps and it's going to take you a really long time. And then you don't want to do it one night and then you get behind and then, I don't know, it's just too much work.
Stop overpaying for fancy packaging and start paying for something that actually makes you look more youthful and more younger. And you can do that with OneSkin.
And the best part about OneSkin is that their face and body system takes only 2 steps. So only 2 steps to healthier skin and a healthier you. Your skin is more than just a barrier. It's a reflection of your overall health.
In a third-party 12-week clinical study, wrinkles were diminished by 87% of users. Well, you know how gorgeous and youthful I look. So that's all you really need to be sold on the benefits of OneSkin. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. OneSkin addresses skin health at the molecular level, targeting the root causes of aging so skin behaves, feels, and appears younger. It's time to get started with a new face, eye, and body routine at a discounted rate today. Get 15% off with code VIALL at oneskin.co. That's 15% off at oneskin.co with code VIALL. We only have one body, one skin, and you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with OneSkin. Tyler, welcome.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. How is your heart?
My heart is.
We start every episode
it's,
that way.
It's great. It's full.
It always throws people off. You said your heart is full.
It's full, man. It's
Nice.
full.
And it is good to have you back.
Right?
Right, because
Yeah.
you're in love. Is that why it's cool?
I don't know about that, but you know,
Right.
because I'm home. I'm
Oh,
back
yes,
in Jupiter.
yes.
You know.
Oh, there we go.
know?
There we
Of
go.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back, man.
It's good to be back.
have you.
I think you were my first ever podcast that I've done.
Really?
I think I left the final rose. It came straight to you.
That was definitely our biggest episode for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
My first ever podcast with Nick.
Oh.
And my last one because I'm here right now.
Oh my
I'll
god.
do more. I'll do more.
You're retiring after this.
We'll never come back to the Viall Files.
This is it.
You got a new haircut. That's
Yeah.
the internet's talking about that.
God, I needed it so bad. I wanted to have my hair cut for a long time, but was under some contractual obligations. I couldn't have my hair cut.
Did like the fans hate the mullet or?
Well, the mullet was like I was going to cut my hair in phases, like chop off the long hair,
Mm-hmm.
then do the mullet. Because why not? I had a couple weeks before.
Is that a
this.
product of being so good looking that you just try different hairstyles out? Let's see what I can pull off. Let's see if I can still be super hot.
Sure.
You should go bald next.
Well, I was thinking about getting myself a little shave and fade. You know,
Mhm.
When was the last time you buzzed all of your hair?
like 9th grade. So I think it could be. Well, no, I think in like my freshman year, I did have one bad haircut one time. I was convinced by the football teammates to shave my head and do like a mohawk. Not a good idea.
Really?
Yeah, especially at Wake Forest, which is like a really preppy school.
Wait, we play Wake Forest.
Who's we?
Yeah.
Auburn?
Auburn.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Natalie, you
Why
don't.
do I know that name then?
Because it's just like a really prestigious, smart
Did
school.
you date
probably
someone
try
who went
get
to Wake,
into.
Wake Forest?
It's a prestigious, smart
You
school.
probably tried to apply to it. Just did. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh no, perfect. Actually, yeah, I probably didn't get in because I don't know
I'm
math.
just kidding.
No, I don't know math.
It's all right. We're not going to bring up the miles per hour.
No, we won't. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it. Nick will help our child with math, and I will retire. It'll be fine.
Retired
Retire.
from.
Helping with
With
any
math,
school
with
activities.
math.
Just any school activities, really.
Yeah.
I could do a project.
My dad got cut out of that after first grade.
He just couldn't. He didn't want to, or he
Well,
couldn't.
we had a
yeah.
really bad experience. Traumatic.
Oh my god, what happened?
My first time going to this like really nice private school, first grade, you know, we get our first assignment. It's like 2 + 2 = brown, like 4. It's like, so you color it in brown, you know? And so like you're doing this whole thing and I'm doing it all. And my dad's there doing it with me. My bunny's blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's like, that's weird, but you know, it's kid shit. It's probably fine, you know? The next day I go to class and everyone raises their bunny. Like teacher goes, all right, pull out your homework. Everyone raise your bunnies. Let me see how y'all did. Everyone's got a brown bunny. I got a blue bunny. My dad was never allowed to do homework with me ever again.
How did you recover from that?
I don't know if he has.
I haven't.
Oh,
I
my
haven't.
God.
First thing you
I've,
brought
I've had
up.
a speech impediment ever since. That's why I mumble. That's why,
So does Nick.
Do you think you
He's-
mumble too?
yeah.
Everyone thinks Nick has a lisp.
Everyone says I'm the worst person to talk to on the phone.
I get
Oh
that a lot
my
too.
God.
Diving into a
I
lot.
was scared you were
right
going to
off
stop
the
that
bat.
first.
Like everyone thinks I'm Todd on the phone instead of Tyler. I'm like, is it that fucked up?
Wow.
And
Yeah.
who's everyone?
People that I call for.
No, I was talking about my lisp.
Oh, sorry. Well, you know the critics.
Critics, yeah.
The critics.
I do mumble a lot though.
I said that to my sister. I was like, yeah, people think that Nick has a lisp. And she was like, he does. And I was like, what? I don't hear it at all.
Sometimes like on The Bachelorette, I'm like, dude, I can't even understand what I'm saying. You know,
Really?
when it was up there.
Are you still watching your episodes? from
Yeah,
The Bachelorette?
I go back. I try to relive him.
It's his
you know?
nighttime show. He falls asleep to himself.
You know, I still love going back and seeing Hannah move the podium. You know, like I watch that probably 3 times a month.
It was maybe the best season
Yeah, how
of The
does it feel to
Bachelorette
be a
ever.
part of that
Yeah.
season? That's huge, especially that scene.
It was great to bless them with my, you know, experience on the show. I'm just kidding. No, it was. I mean, it was cool. Like, you know, I was just a little random kid, you know, doing construction and just thrown
And
in this
dancing.
crazy
Do
world.
you,
Let
yeah,
us
do
never
you,
forget his intro package
you
in which
regret
he was
that?
dancing through a home.
What? Dancing through the home?
Yeah.
So when I was signing up for the show, my modeling agent, I already had at the time, he's like, Tyler, I don't want you to do the show because it says right here in bold letters, we can use all embarrassing footage against you. And like, he's like, they will ruin you, Tyler. I go, what's the worst thing they're going to do? Hear me blow up a toilet? You know, like, I'm not going to let shit out, you know?
Literally.
And so, yeah,
Not
exactly.
until Special Forces.
Exactly. And then, and so I told the people, like, I love to dance. And I remember they like, had me do a dance move in front of everybody in like the final interviews. Hit a mean ass pirouette. They loved it.
Oh.
What is a pirouette?
It's like a spin in ballet.
Can we see one?
We're gonna
Continue.
ask
Me
Alex
for
to do
telling
it.
her.
Hit a mean ass
Spin up.
pirouette, nailed it. And then so they called me like 2 weeks later after they already told me that I'm coming on the show. They go, we would love for you to do a dancing scene in one of your houses. And I'm like, oh, here they go with the embarrassing shit already. Called my modeling agent, told him about it. He's like, see, I told you, they're going to do this. You shouldn't do it. And then I sat on it for like 2 days. I was like, you know what? what's the worst that can happen? You know? And I did it. I danced.
And it looked great.
It came out all right. It came out all right.
I honestly, like, I remember when I signed up for it and I had the same kind of fears. They're going to fuck with me. And I think one of the producers, after they cast me, he's like, oh, what are you doing? He was like checking in. I'm like, I just got back from the gym. He's like, oh, great. Send me a shirtless selfie. And I was like, no, like, but I kind of wish that I was more, even in my intro package, I was like, I'm not going to do anything. I kind of wish I was more like what you did, which is like, fuck it. If I'm going to do it, I'm just going to have some fun with it.
It did work out really well, but it could have gone really bad where I just sucked on the show. They eliminated. They're like, "You're that idiot that danced," and you know, it looked like an idiot.
So that's what happened to me.
So this is what Tyler busted out.
This is what you did. Did you wear the crown?
Oh, this is Annabelle Gonzalez. She's one of the great ballet artists.
My God, you know your stuff.
No, I really don't know who that is.
Annabelle Gonzalez.
I know. I mean, shit. I think every 3 months when we're always talking about, could Tyler ever be the Bachelor again? We talked about it when you're on Special Forces. I think there's always speculation about, like, has the show ever asked you? I know you've thrown out, like, if they made it worth my while, but, like, have you ever really talked about, like, all the conversations the show has had with you to try to make you the Bachelor?
No, not really. I haven't really made them public, you know. But we've talked. We've had our discussions, and I told them my wants and needs, and they've met some of them, but not all of them. But also, too, like, timing and place, you know.
How hard did they try?
Like, not hard enough.
Yeah, but pretty hard.
Yeah. But, I mean, I asked, my demands were crazy, but.
As they should be, though.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to share one of them?
A lot of money. That's the one yeah. And host. Fuck it. I don't care.
So you asked them to host.
Yeah. I was like, after that, because I was like, then they can't fuck you over.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't give you a bad
I
attitude.
thought you said and hose. And I was like, period.
What kind of season we making here? It sounds like a real flavor of love. You know what I mean?
Is this before or after Chris Harrison?
This is after.
So you're trying to steal Jesse's job,
You know, he's a quarterback. He understands guys coming for your job.
right?
You know? But might as well take a shot in the dark, you know?
I think yeah, you might as well.
I'm the kind of person, I don't like to half-ass shit. I don't like to be calculated. I just do and I just go. And so, like, if I'm going to do that show, I want to just do it and go and give myself 100%. And right now, I don't think I'm at that place. I would want to have, everything towards it and give
Do you
my
feel like
all.
you're in a place to settle down?
Yeah. I think the switch is
Aw.
flipping.
It's flipping.
From
Yeah.
party boy.
Yeah. And my buddy always told me, like, there's going to be a time where that switch flips. And I think it's just come with, because I've just putting so much on my plate and I have so much more responsibility now that I can't afford to be the reckless. Because I was a wild kid. Everyone's like, you're a party boy. Yeah, I've been a party boy since I was 17 years old. You know, once I had my first touch of alcohol.
Ooh,
And
that's
it's
been a minute.
on and it's been on and popping, you know? And so I think now I've like put so much on my plate. I don't even want to drink. I don't want to go out anymore. I just want to work and grind and like dug myself in a pretty deep hole. And now I want to get out of it and learn and grow and figure shit out.
What do you mean by dug yourself a deep hole?
Like just, I put myself into a lot of investments, a lot of projects, you know, and I put a lot on my plate. And now it's like,
But you're going for it.
I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but it's like, for the first time in a long time, I put a lot of pressure on myself and it's scary. I'm worried about payroll. I'm worried about, you know, because I built I built a machine and it's a huge overhead. I mean, you have here,
Yeah.
you know, and so like you got this thing rolling now. It's a machine that feeds itself. Right now, I'm still feeding the machine. I need to start feeding itself soon.
That must feel also pretty good at the same time to like bet on yourself.
Yeah, yeah. It does when the money's in your bank account.
Yeah, but I feel like you're not going to fail.
No, not at all. I'm so stubborn and so dumb that I keep failing. I'll keep going, you know?
Yeah, when like even I don't even see it being a failure for you, but maybe a step back here or there. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people I wouldn't bet on from Bachelor Nation, but I would definitely bet on you, Tyler.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. You know, there's really cool things happening in Jupiter. Like I moved back home, you know? So I'm doing construction. I'm doing restaurants. I just opened up my fourth one. And now I'm, you know, building houses and I'm renovating for clients. And I've failed at some of these houses. And I'm still in these houses way longer than I want to be. But then I'm also did really well on some of these houses. And then I got a house coming for sale. So it's like all these little lessons I'm learning along the way. And building the right team is so important. And
Are you actually renovating them or are you just the finger pointer?
well, I do a lot of finger pointing.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But you could.
I've always been in management. You know, when I first built my first house, when I was 24 years old, it was about putting everybody in place and keeping the project rolling. And that's kind of what I do now. But now I'm about to do my own house and really dive into doing it myself because I want to learn. I want to get my hands on it. I really want to understand what's going on and why it takes this long or why it has to be done this way.
When you say your house, a house that you intend to move into and live in?
I just bought this house. Yeah, it's the ugliest thing ever.
You're going to flip it.
It looks like a funeral home.
You're going to tear down and flip it.
No. I'm going to renovate it. It's like an old 1970s home, lots of character, like super cool. It's the biggest house I ever lived in, you know? And so I want to be in it for a while.
Maybe raise some babies?
Yeah, raise some babies, you know? I told you that switch is flipping.
Okay.
I'm talking about doing a vegetable garden, you know?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Damn.
Is there anyone like in your life right now that has caused this flip to switch, or is it just more?
I think it's more responsibilities.
Okay.
Also, the way I look at women has completely changed too.
How so?
I think before, to be completely honest, like I went through dating as like, I'm this little kid from a small town. Like now I'm in LA, New York. I didn't come this far just to go date somebody back in the small town. Like I'm going to go
Fuck
take
some
my
models.
crack at models and actresses and all these things.
Okay.
And then I did all that. And then I'm like, well, this got me nowhere. And then I've just been like, reading a ton, listening to some podcasts and stuff. And the guy I love is Steve Harvey. And
That is my celebrity hall pass.
really?
Yeah.
Hall passes are bad.
Tyler was like, huh?
Yes.
But he says something that has just made it so simple and stuck with me is women are an elevator button. And they're either going to bring you up in life or they're going to bring you down. And when I meet somebody and I talk to them, take my time just thinking about that with them over and over and over. Are they going to bring me up in life or are they going to bring me down? And once I feel like they're going to bring me down,
Cut.
Done.
From the roster.
Have you had your heart, maybe not even broken, but damaged a little bit between Tyler on The Bachelorette and you sitting on the couch today? Have there been
Yeah.
moments where you've had some
crushed, stepped on, rolled over, reversed, rolled over, you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I definitely went through some, a heartbreak that really taught me a lot, but also like
What did it teach you?
put me back in check too. I mean, I was dating a girl and everything she cared about was everything I didn't care about. Money, fame, all these things. And all I cared about was like wanting to have a family, live a special, live like a certain lifestyle. Like, she wanted to have private jets, boats, all these things. In my ego, in my mind, I was like, I'm making money. Like, back then I'm thinking it's going to be forever, like this way, like on social media, I shake my ass on social media. I make, another good deal is what I call it. I was like, I can just shake my ass forever. I'll be good, but that's not true. It's not realistic, And then when we broke up, I was sitting there talking to, I figured out like my ego was telling me, oh yeah, I can get the boat, I can get the house, I can get the jet, But really, like, why does that fucking matter if you're trying to build a family and do these
Right.
things? You know what I mean?
And it's like at the end of the day, did you even want that, or were you just gonna get it for her?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then once I took a step back and then, it took a lot of time and then I went on a bad spiral and got out of it. And then I feel like the last year I've been getting in a lot better place with that.
And how do you date now? Yeah, how do you date and trust? I know that's something I struggled with.
I think I brought in who I look at before. I was like, it's got to be someone with a name, status, star, because like that was cool, and that puts you in a certain, keeps you cool, But then after I did that a few times, I was like, that's just not cool. I'd rather just date somebody who's a good person and good for me, because you date the wrong person, you start doing things that are out of your character, out of line for you, and you start putting different pressures and stress on you. Like, I was dating a girl who I was so into. Like, I've been wanting to date this girl since before I had any type of fame or status. And then I finally got to date her. And then I was like,
Wasn't all it cracked up
this
to be.
lifestyle isn't, great girl, amazing girl. But the lifestyle, everything, I was like, that's not me. It won't work. It won't ever work. And I was like, I tried to push in my head, like, oh yeah, it is you. You can do that. But then the more I realized, I'm like, I'm simple. Like, I want to have land or I want to live on the water and just be with my kids. And I want to coach high school football. And like, that's it. And I don't think a lot of people can fit into that,
That's what Nick was doing too.
What's that?
Fucking all the wrong bitches. Then he checked his DMs and was like, wait a damn minute. There's a gym.
There's a gym in the DMs.
There's a gym in the DMs. Let me give her a chance. Then he fell in love.
Yeah. Thanks,
Isn't that
baby.
right?
Yeah.
There's a theory too. Like, I think that's out there. It's like, it's about the right time instead of the right person.
I mean, there's definitely a theory out there. Do you believe in that?
I don't.
Yeah.
I forgot who was. You're talking about Timothy. Was it Timothy? No, not. It was the dude that just got engaged to Kai Gerber. Like
Austin Butler.
he was dating like Selena Gomez forever, and then like now all of a sudden he's like engaged.
They're
Vanessa
engaged
Hudgens.
now?
Apparently. He dated Vanessa Hudgens for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then
Well, and there's
Now
that
he's-
photo of Vanessa meeting Kaya.
when,
When
when
she
Kaya's
was
like
full A.
6.
That's a loss for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some guys like I think it all is like my dad's always like it's gonna hit you one day, and like that's how he met my mom. But that shit crashed and burned, you know. And then every girl who I've been like, damn, it hit me. It's all crashed and burned. So I'm like, let's try and build something off a foundation, you know.
Yeah,
When
that's
the bones are good.
That's a tough picture.
hmm
Really for everybody.
Which one? Selena and Kaya,
Not for her.
Vanessa Hudgens.
I think Vanessa
or
comes
Selena,
out great.
or Vanessa, whatever her name is.
And then Kaya's like 6 years old.
That's crazy.
Ooh, that is crazy.
How old's Harrison Butler?
Are you good?
Austin
Austin Butler. My bad.
Are you okay?
I don't know these people.
32.
32. How old's? Oh, Kaya's
like
like
20.
20.
She's like
21?
23.
22.
22?
Okay, we love an age gap.
Yeah.
A healthy age gap.
Healthy and age appropriate.
Age appropriate
Yeah.
age gap, but we love one.
They
We
look
love
great
one.
together.
Don't we?
Are
Yes.
they engaged?
Rumors of a potential engagement.
Mm-hmm.
It is shocking how much she looks like her mom.
Cindy Crawford.
Oh, you know that name.
Harrison
Damn.
Butler.
Come on.
But you know Cindy.
That Pepsi commercial.
Oh yeah.
Haven't got it out of your head, have you?
It's it's one of the greatest Super Bowl ads of all time.
But like that's how I hope our daughter looks. Like in a sense, not like Kaya Gerber, but like
Austin Butler or Kai Gerber?
Harrison.
no, but like Kaya's like she's so her mom.
hmm
You know.
Yeah, I hope so too. I
I'm
hope
like
she looks like her mom.
terrified. I'm terrified that
Nick
my
is
daughter
so
is
scared.
gonna like inherit all my bad traits.
Have you guys gotten to the bottom of this yet? Because I haven't. Some people have tried to explain it to me, but I can't figure it out.
Please. The balloons and the
How
big
did they get the big balloons
I
into
knew
the
you were gonna
black
ask
balloons?
that. I don't know. I wish I was there when they were making it, but I couldn't because I couldn't see the colors, obviously. But I feel like they put them in there, unblown up, and then they have like long, you know?
I don't know. It just to me sounds crazy.
I really liked it because we've spent some time thinking about like how do we do this, and there's so many just like horrific gender
It was
reveal.
very intimate and chill.
Yeah.
and
Just the two of us,
It was
yeah.
And
great.
there was like, these fireworks, people getting hurt, houses burning down. And I just didn't want some sort of embarrassing.
Oh,
There we go. Yeah,
Wait.
but there were multiple ones.
Well, just wait. This is a 6-minute video.
Oh, jeez.
so then
You
he ties
asked for
that.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was in charge of bringing the balloons to you?
Cindy.
Cindy, who is family friend, house assistant, 75-year-old kooky
yeah,
lady.
yeah.
You know who-
I've seen her.
Yeah.
Yes. So Cindy did.
So
You need to do more with Cindy. She's great content.
we do need to do more.
We
with Cindy.
should. I mean, we should have got her on The Bachelorette,
The Golden Bachelor.
Golden Bachelor.
Could you imagine? She's
She would be the best.
she is great TV.
Yeah, but
She-
then she would have left Ziggy with you.
she
Matt's
says-
mom is looking hot on the Golden Bachelor. Just throwing that out there.
Damn. Damn, maybe she doesn't need to be on the
And
show.
she's been stepping her Instagram game up since she's been off the show.
Even double tapping?
hmm
Damn.
Would you date her?
She's looking for love.
Damn.
But yeah, we got it. We did the blood work to the gender, and then Natalie got a call, and then Natalie.
Oh, it's by blood work?
yeah,
if you find out that early.
yeah,
So we found
you
out
can
like
find
10
out
weeks.
in 10 weeks.
Wow.
And I was so down and in the trenches that I needed to know immediately. Nick wanted to, he wanted
Nick
Cindy.
obviously has no idea what the gender is based off the clothes he buys for the kid.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
No.
There's a pink hat in there.
The fuck is a blazer?
It just
I don't
it
think-
spoke to me.
You know, I don't know. It spoke.
Who gives a
gonna be an
shit?
You know what? It reminded me of.
Get her set her to work.
She's gonna take over the Viall files one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, like the Frankensteins. Like those kids, and they wear like dark clothes and stuff in them.
Like the Addams Family?
The Addams Family. That's what I meant.
Frankensteins.
I'm just gonna make a video of like little isms, everything that's been misspoken, just in a reel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really strange. It was a really cute moment that I thought we were gonna like really love going in there and just and just picking out all these cute little dresses. And he picked out a trucker hat and a blazer.
I just can't help but feel like, oh,
You
I
went
would
full
like
hipster
this.
on this kid.
Like,
Literally, he was like, "I feel like I would wear this, so I'm gonna get it for her."
I definitely want to have matching outfits with her
Take it
as
away.
much as possible. I think that'd be fun.
Natalie,
Poor
will you
girl.
do like mommy and me, little matchy?
Maybe.
Like little dresses? I feel like if you guys had the same
Yeah.
dress.
I'll have to think about it. Maybe. We did pick her name.
Nick, if she wants to be in a princess dress and you have to be in a princess dress, you gonna
doesn't
dress
care.
up?
100%.
You
Heck
didn't care
yeah.
about
Will you let her paint your nails?
Absolutely.
I know you will.
Cut your hair.
Yeah, probably at this point.
I think Nick's a few tattoos away from painting his own nails.
It's honestly true. I know we saw Tom Sandoval and he was like, I kind of want to match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting rugged on me.
Tom or Nick?
Well, Nick.
Nick, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll absolutely let her do whatever.
That's
Mhm.
so cool.
I know. It's time for you to give
Yeah.
our daughter a best friend.
There we go.
I would love to.
Well.
I'm mature enough to hang out with her.
Honestly, this might be the age gap we're talking
Yeah.
about.
No,
Oh.
no. Natalie,
Well,
too far.
Listen, when Nick was in high school, I wasn't born yet.
I'm not in high school. I'm a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, you're right. It is a little weird. All right. I retract my statement.
Like, I got to be 50.
Our daughter's not going to have daddy issues.
No, you're right. Yeah, I definitely did. Do.
What do you
Gotta
You
have-
have daddy issues, right?
Well, we were talking about
My
special.
heart just
We were, we were talking about special forces.
You give off the vibe that you've been traumatized.
Well, no, we were talking about special.
Daddy issues, Genevieve, you're up.
We were talking about special forces. We were talking about the DSs.
Yeah, I'm
On
in
the
love
show.
with them. I'm in love with
And
them.
so what?
But
I
we're-
don't think
I'm
I
reminded
have-
that every older guy.
I don't know. You're about to start crying.
Every
Trauma
older
looks
guy
like
we
it's
talk
coming
about,
out.
you're like, yeah, I'd fuck them.
No, just those three, and that's how you know that they're special.
There's
And then
4 of
it's-
them.
Come on, Genevieve.
Really? Special
Who are
forces.
they?
Billy.
What do I call
Oh,
them?
I found him. I found him.
Old
I found him. I
hot
found
men.
him.
Okay.
Don't you worry about it.
My search didn't get me anything.
Oh my God. Look at their poses.
They're so hot.
They are.
They're
They-
real hot.
Oh, I forgot about
That's not even this
The
year's
young
cast.
That's this year.
Who's the brunette one?
That's Rudy
That's Rudy.
or Foxy.
Yeah.
The one on the right is the one I'm truly in love with.
Yeah,
the one
or
at
maybe
the
the
end.
left.
He
for
also
you.
smells really good.
The older guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I honestly asked him when I was done, like what his cologne was, and he wouldn't tell me.
He doesn't want it to get sold out.
I thought you were gonna say. I honestly asked them, "Do you want to date this girl that works for me?"
No.
All right, ladies.
Huh.
Fuck, marry, kill. Those
Yeah.
those 3 guys right there.
Wait,
Wait, there's 4.
but the
Well, that guy's not part of our
Rudy's,
season.
yeah.
So we have to pick between the other 3?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to him?
We have a
He couldn't.
different guy came in.
Really nice guy. I've been messaging with him actually.
Really?
Yeah.
He
Okay.
was the one I
He
liked the
seems like
most.
he seems
His
scary.
team's yeah.
I liked him the most.
what are their
though.
names?
Remy is not on it.
So-
So you got Foxy on the left. You have Rudy in the middle, and then you have Billy on the right.
Is our left and your left the same thing?
I think so.
I don't know.
Actually,
Billy has the
salt
gray
and
hair.
pepper. Salt and pepper is Billy.
This
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Billy,
Middle's Rudy.
Rudy.
and Foxy.
And then
Foxy.
Foxy.
real name.
And then we have Q, who replaced Remy.
I don't know. Kind of be fun to like scream Foxy in bed, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll
So I feel like
tell
we-
you if you guys
I
are correct.
guess.
I'll tell you guys if you're correct based off your answers.
How do I find Q?
I think I let this
I
man
think you
do
gotta go to-
whatever he wanted to me.
He's got real blue eyes. And he smells good.
Just like
you
the
said.
way he's standing right here. He seems like a very confident
Yeah,
man.
okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
he's
well,
the
they're-
tallest,
none of-
isn't he?
No. Q, Foxy's the tallest.
Really? I feel
Mhm.
like he's just little.
Foxy's
Foxy's
a beast.
He's a beast.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna fuck Foxy. I'm gonna marry Rudy.
This one.
Yes. And then I'm so sorry, sweet Billy Angel, but you've got to go.
So here's my question of the game.
Wow.
So
If
that's
you're
exactly
marrying
how I would do it.
someone,
You would?
You
Mhm.
get to fuck.
do you just
them.
mean that you get to fuck them the rest of your life?
Yes. But it's like sweet
I think
love.
just one.
It's like
Yeah.
sweet love.
No, you got to marry. The
There's
marry
no
is the rest of your
passion.
life.
Yeah.
No, what do you mean there's no passion? That's what sweet love is. Like you're the one you're marrying is like the sweet love. The one you're fucking is like you're just gonna get
Railed.
fucked.
Absolutely.
Good
I'm gonna
old-
go and find him.
Good
for
old
that.
good old
You want Remy? Okay.
Poor Q. he doesn't even
I
get
just
a shot
really
at
want to
this.
spend the rest of my life with him.
I can't find Q.
Ugh.
Look up Special Forces season 2. I was so scared of him.
Yeah, I'd kill him because he was so mean to you, honey.
Well, he actually
What do
Well,
I
now
call
he's
them?
nice to you, but
he's
But that's like
DSs?
enemies to lovers. That's so hot.
when I got done, he sent me
Yeah, he's so nice.
a nice message.
what would y'all do?
You have to kill 2 people because there's 4. The most fun I feel like to go out with and have a night out with would be Foxy.
Foxy, yeah.
he's so sarcastic,
You'd
so
fuck Foxy.
funny, and I feel
One
like
night stand, yeah.
I feel like he'd be a wild time.
That's what I
The
said.
one I'm marrying is Rudy
Mm.
Yeah.
because Rudy, he is a gentle warrior. He is sweet. He's nice.
He's definitely a fucking killer.
He's
though.
a killer.
He's a fucking he's
He's a provider. He's protective.
and he was the like the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He like you could tell he wanted us to do well, and he would always like be guiding us and nurturing. Where the other guys
Okay,
were just
Daddy.
like, "Fuck you
I'm like,
guys."
I have a lot of
Teach me.
hormones going on right now, and I'm kind of feeling some kind of
And,
way.
and if you pull up his Instagram videos,
Show Rudy's long hair.
he's just
He's-
190 pounds of steel sex appeal. I mean, the guy's shredded.
Yeah, and he's fit. Yeah,
Oh
he's-
my
and he-
God.
and he's
Yeah.
50.
I mean, he looks like he could be in like Captain America right there.
Rudy long hair from oh my god. No, I literally chose perfectly. I'm continuing. I'm continuing.
Rudy's sober, like just he's level headed.
Wow.
Like he's got you.
Yeah.
Does he have a good handshake?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to
These
shake
guys
his
don't do
hand.
anything wrong.
No, they don't.
Would Rudy not like me if I was like, can I have some wine before we fuck?
No. Rudy be the baby, whatever you like.
Oh
Damn.
my god! I have to leave.
I just
Foxy
want
would
you
tell a
to know.
joke. Foxy would
How
tell
did
a
we get on
joke.
season 3?
No, I would die. Me on season 3.
But here's the
But we
thing.
just
Absolutely
fuck
not.
our way to the
Foxy would go
finish.
shot for shot with you.
I have a feeling I'm changing Steve Harvey.
Damn.
Someone's not meeting
Good
them.
thing good thing drill staff's not at the premiere party.
Yeah. But what was wild, Tyler and I were talking about this. Truly they are incredible badasses. We were definitely afraid of them. But on social media, it made me realize just how embarrassing social media is because they're kind of soft on social
Yeah.
media. They're fucking dorks on
Yeah.
social media, but it's not their fault. It's just fucking social media. I
Mhm.
go back 3 weeks and I like read a caption I wrote and it's just fucking
You
embarrassing.
get the
But
ick
I
from
think
yourself.
yeah,
there's a-
oh my God. Yeah, I get the ick from myself.
I also though, I think there's a difference between who they are when they're in their job, which is war or drill staff, or like that's a different persona, a different person. And that's such a hard, tough job that you got to leave that job where it is. And when you come on the other side, you got to be a completely different person, And so I think that's what we see. We're like, damn, these motherfuckers killed us. You know what I mean? Like really went after us. And like the reason why I'm saying I'm killing Billy and killing Q is because Q put me through hell. And Billy, every time I thought he was being nice to me, he really was just setting me up to kill me, And
Wow.
so it was like, but those guys are just elite, and elite warriors and killers and protectors of their countries. But then when they come to their families and their life here, they have to leave it all there. They can't bring that back home. So we're seeing like Rudy, such a soft-spoken, nice guy, on Instagram. And we're like, damn, that's not the same guy. And Q, who's like laughing, drinking tequilas and margaritas and shit in Cancun. Like, I'm like, that's the guy who would like that same laugh.
I thought-
that same laugh would put fear in all of us.
Oh my God, he had the evilest laugh. He'd go,
Yeah.
and he'd have this grin. And if you would have told me that he was a Terminator, like a robot, I would have believed you
Mhm.
because it was just more like every once in a while, Foxy would crack a joke, and even Billy would give you like a little, tap on the back every once in a while. But Q,
Nothing.
no, just pure fear. I will say, I accomplished what I accomplished because of Q and Billy, though, because they're the ones who definitely pushed
Mhm.
me the most.
Okay, so question. Who of the 4 is most likely to have a red room?
A red room.
Like in 50 Shades
I
of Grey?
know you know what we're talking about.
Come on,
Maybe
Nick.
we have one.
It's soon to
We're
be
turning it into the nursery.
Oh my god.
We have to take down our swing.
That's why Tyler's here to
Nah,
renovate.
y'all should keep
Yeah.
y'all should keep the baby in the room for a little while longer, and then just
in the bassinet.
yeah.
It's like, damn, she's 5 years old, so sleeping in the
She's a
bassinet.
Foxy or Rudy.
I was gonna say Rudy,
Mm.
but it's a
Rudy-
passion. It's not a
Rudy-
red room. It's a passion room.
Rudy would be the closeted freak because he's so like, on point. He
Mhm.
comes across as like very structured and organized, but like
Actually, Billy.
yeah, but that wouldn't surprise me though.
No, I think Rudy's just gonna caress you and kiss you and just
He's a
Mm.
gentle lover.
gentle warrior.
Yeah, they had some
Okay,
stories.
so-
Billy was a prisoner of war
I think
Really?
twice he
Twice.
said
and escaped once.
Can you get them on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would be that would be
That's
sick.
Getting Peter for me.
Because Foxy,
Into getting PR.
I sent you the clip. Like Foxy was telling stories about some of the other shows they did. It's insane. It's insane.
Then when they took over the bus. Yes.
Like you got to get those guys on.
Yeah.
I love listening to them. Like they're my new favorite follows.
Aw.
Like as much as like
Yeah, I realized you didn't follow me back, so maybe
I don't follow you back.
No, so
Still?
maybe that's why. I'll soon jump up
Oh,
past them once I deserve the
maybe
follow
after this
back.
week.
But I felt
Maybe.
like
I'm
at
just
Zach Bryan, I felt like at
I-
Zach Bryan we really became close.
yeah.
You know?
I did too. And like
Um,
you guys got me even more hooked on Zach Bryan. That's the only thing I
He's
listen to
great.
now.
No, I know.
Also, talk about like what a win for him to get arrested. I know. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. Did you watch the video?
Mhm.
Yeah. It was like how many times like he said all the right things. Hey, I respect law enforcement. I fucked
In
up.
his
I'm
apology.
sorry. But what a PR win for him.
Also,
think
like
so?
his
don't?
mugshot is hot.
Why do you think it's a PR win?
Because he's one of the few, like as a musician, I think maybe you could include actor, but musician especially, they're trying to have like a persona, like this larger than life persona. And this was a victimless crime that he got arrested for. So no one got hurt. He mouthed off a little bit. His mugshot, he looks fucking hot. He has this kind of outlaw. There are still kids to this day hanging posters of Frank Sinatra, his mugshot in their college dorms. It's like a legendary photo of Frank Sinatra. And now this aligned with Zach Bryan's new release of his album. And think of all the people who now know who Zach Bryan is just because he got arrested and he has this like fucking glam shot mugshot and no one got hurt. It brought all this awareness. He looks like a badass.
I think total opposite.
Really?
I don't think he looks like a badass at all. Like I love his music. I think he is. I still will listen to his music. All that. Like I love him. And we all make mistakes. We all fuck up. I think when you are on the high he's on, like I've been on a high, but we're not experiencing this high. We're not selling out arenas. You know what I mean? You feel invincible. And so I think he was feeling that invincibility. And then he got arrested. And then he kind of came down a little bit. And then he got heated in the car. And he was saying some stuff like, he kind of, I will have, and then like he kind of stopped himself.
Yeah.
I'm like, you sound like every other white boy who's like, I'm going to have my attorneys get you.
Right, my dad's an attorney. Yeah. He was
And-
like, I let in 50 police officers to my show.
Yeah.
No, I
And
didn't see that.
so like that to me was kind of a letdown because I'm like, dog, you're so much cooler than that. And like, if you respect these cops and you do all these things for him, like you would have let him handle his business and got out of the way. And you wouldn't like, he said, you want me to arrest you? He said, yeah, arrest me. And then as soon as he got arrested, he's like, my bad, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on. You know what I mean? So I think like the picture's sick. He looks great. I think it was like a good sense of like, get you back down to reality. Like you are just another
But he
being like us.
handled it well, though. I mean, you're right about
The
that.
aftermath.
The aftermath, he humbled himself a day later, and he's like, hey, I fucked up.
Yeah, but we would all say the same apology.
I know. I just think more people know who Zach Bryan is today than they did 3 weeks ago. And at the end of the day, he's got great fucking music.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's going to keep putting out great music. One reason I love his music is it's got meaning. It's got, story to it. It's got, I
It's
think
poetry.
It's honestly amazing. I think it was like a humbling experience that I think we all need to get knocked down and like put back in our place to realize like respecting cops, elders, women, people, whatever it
Was
is.
there a moment that you ever had, maybe in the past, 3 years or since you've been in the public light, that you've had a humbling experience where you thought to yourself, you know what, I'm not as invincible or as cool as I thought I am?
Yeah. When Lewis Hamilton takes your girl. I can
Damn.
laugh about it now.
Damn. Out from under you?
Like, probably pretty
Who's
much.
Lewis Hamilton?
The
F1 driver.
F1 driver. Yeah.
That'll humble you,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, that's I'm messing around there. But I think I've had like, you run your eyes, you're like, it's power. Like the power you get when you have fame and a stupid ass number next to your name is crazy. And it's easily. Thanks, guys,
Sorry.
for pulling them
I
up.
want to bring that up.
Yeah, right.
How handsome he is.
But
Sounds like-
and then you get knocked down and you get around some other people who are the real deal. You're like, oh shit, I ain't that. You know what I mean? But I am me, and I'm proud. And it took me forever to start realizing like I just need to be me and be proud of me,
Yeah.
and I'll get to where I need to go.
Have you ever been arrested?
No, I'm a
You ever
I'm
been
such
handcuffed?
a pussy when it comes to getting in trouble.
Outside of the red room,
What are you talking about?
handcuffed.
Oh, no, I haven't even got handcuffed like that. Get over here.
Damn, holy shit.
He's like, but I'll handcuff Kiki.
Holy shit.
No, I haven't gotten any of that stuff yet.
Oh, soon to come.
Well, I
Have
always
you
said
handcuffed someone?
when no.
Nothing?
But, no. But when I'm 60 or 70, like I want to go like to jail for a day.
So you're a gentle lover. You're not like a freak, let's get nasty.
I'm all the above. I think the time and a place.
Okay.
What's Nick?
He's a freak.
Freak?
Yeah.
Love that for y'all.
Yeah. It's very fun.
Period.
Just saying. We'll play you one of our
The room
videos.
was
So,
tight.
yeah, send me some props.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the projector tonight.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Can we pull it up right here again?
Actually, yeah. Let me
sex tape.
airdrop it. Yeah. More sex tape.
Special Forces.
Oh.
What made you go on?
One, I wanted a vacation.
That was a miss.
No, I was just finishing up a huge project that hopefully we can talk about soon. And like that beat me up, took everything out of me. And I was like just mentally, physically, financially just beat up. And I was like, I need a break. I need to get away from everybody and a reset. And the show came, to me, it was like a week and a half before they started filming, And my agent's like, you got the show offer, like, do you want to do it? I don't think you should do it. And I was like, my immediate reaction was yes. But I was like, let me sit on it. Because she's like, I don't want you to do it.
Yeah, my team said the same thing.
Because they're like, it's a competition show. Like, I don't think you should be doing competition. Like, it kind of just puts you like in this wheel of competition shows and you're just kind of washed up, And then the next day we had a big team meeting about it. I still wanted to do it because I just wanted to get the hell out of town and like push myself in a different way. And my manager was like, this is the #1 show from 18 to 45 demographic. Like, it's a really good show for you to do, I think. It'll show a different side of you. And so once I got kind of his approval, when he spoke, everyone kind of agreed, and then we went with it.
Nice.
What about you?
Well, Natalie, when she saw the preview, one day we were watching it, and season 1 preview came on, Hannah's season. And she just turned to me and said, you have to do that show. And she said it in a way where she was like, I will be very turned on. If
Y'all are some freaks.
if I get to watch this show. And I said, all right, say less.
No, he's like, I actually think I think I might have been offered that and I turned it down like for the first season.
I
and
wasn't
was like,
sure. I don't
"What?"
know. I don't know if that was the case. Because sometimes you know how it is. You get like, they don't tell you. They're like, there's this show and they're doing X, Y, or Z and you might get hurt. And I'm like, nah, I'm good or something. I don't know if it was that. And maybe they did because it was their first season. This time it was just like, hey, have you heard of Special Forces? Are you interested? And as soon as I heard about it, I was just like, yes. Other than turning on my fiance, I thought it would be just a.
It takes that to
Yeah,
turn your
that's what I'm
fiance
saying.
on?
He doesn't have to go
Jesus.
on a TV show to turn me on.
No.
Are you here for the right reasons?
You know,
He's got to be on TV for you to like him?
But I just thought
You're doing good, though.
Yeah.
You
I
got a
just
baby.
thought it would be
Yeah. Yeah,
cool
it
to
worked.
see what I
Back
could
secured.
accomplish. I wanted to see if I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a personal level, I was really glad to hear that you were there though when I found out.
Really?
I was nervous because of like, these shows, you don't know who's going to be there. I had heard Tom Sandoval was going to be there. Not that I was nervous, but I just didn't, I was just like, I didn't expect to bond with him, but it was, but at the same time,
I had the opposite reaction.
What was your reaction when you
I was
found
like,
out Nick was
fuck,
on the show?
this guy Nick's going?
probably,
No,
well, we weren't like
well,
tight.
No, we weren't. And,
yeah.
and honestly, I was kind of like jaded by you a little bit because I told you this in the
Jeep.
In the
Yeah.
Jeep, I was like, you said some shit about, what we were doing with the quarantine crew during COVID, and I was like, because we were dancing and goofing around or whatever.
I don't even remember.
And I was like, this
Fuck
man's,
this guy.
few months later, this man's dancing and goofing around. You know what I mean? Like we all were just like, didn't know what to do with our time. I was like, fuck Nick, And once I got there though, and I saw Nick, I was like, oh, familiar face. Like I feel a lot better, And then we like started talking, hanging, going, you go through this shit, you have no choice but to bond, And I think going through that, like, was able to put everything aside and like also like grew up too, like realized like, Nick, your job is to speak and talk about things. So like it's easy for one of us to get our feelings offended, like, but like it's your job.
Yeah, it made me feel good when you said that too. Just because I do like hate that part about the show, and I don't love like talking about my peers, and I don't even feel like I'm saying anything harsh, but I do forget like it's just a sensitive world out there.
Yeah.
Because like when you started podcasting, it's like you kind of realized
you got to talk about shit.
Yeah.
You got to talk about people. You got to talk, and so, and once I learned that and realized like, because I listen to a lot more podcasts now, and it's what you have to, it's your job, and like I was listening to Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp talk about it. They're like how do you, when you like for instance, like you talk about you were going in on Tom a lot, know, and it's like, and then when you see each other, what's that interaction like, and so, and like when I saw you, like what's that? But like for me, it was like familiar face. We're here to get through this together. All that went out of the window, and then we were able to like really build a bond. I like Nick so much more now.
I couldn't have done what I did if it weren't for Tyler.
Yeah,
that's true.
Aw.
Same.
It's so funny that people have this kind of, because we were at Joe and Serena's wedding this past weekend. I don't really know, but Andrew Spencer was there, and he was talking to me, and he was like, I fucking love Nick, man. Like, I love him. And he was like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I kind of didn't when I first met him, like, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But once you get to know him, like, he's such a fucking loyal, like, good man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's so true. Like, people just don't, I think your critics don't give you a chance to, like, really get to know you. And just, I feel like if anyone who you've maybe talked shit about or just talked about their life, if they had a conversation with you, they would feel a lot better.
I got a sharp tongue and I'm a bit standoffish at times.
Oh, no, for sure.
So, like, I get it.
But also, like, that show strips you to your core, and like you get to see Nick to his core. Hopefully it comes out in the edit, but like I got to see Nick to his core and like bond with that person. And like there, like to me, like I got a great friend when I left there, and so like that is like one of the coolest things about this, because like I haven't had this type of camaraderie or this type of bond with anybody since football. And so it was so cool to be, I mean, you were a college athlete, like to have to go through stuff with, for us brothers and sisters, basically at the end of the show, it's so
we
cool.
were looking out for each other. I mean, there were times where it was like,
Nick was grim, dark.
yeah.
I
Some
know.
days.
Y'all were saying, JoJo was like, I'd look over at Nick and I'd be like, fuck, he's in a bad way.
Yeah, but we were all like checking in
Mhm.
at
Yeah.
times, and there were like a couple times I checked in on Tyler and JoJo, but they
Mhm.
were definitely there for me for a period. It was
Yeah, I had some dark days too. I was like, fuck, I should be sitting on the beach right now drinking a margarita. I already made my money.
that was the hard part, and that's the cool thing about the show. It's like they pay what they pay you, and you can go home day fucking one. So every day you're doing this crazy fucking shit, and you have these 4 sexy, hot DSs who are actually just mean as fuck, just screaming at you, tearing you down. And it's like, there's moments where you think, I'm about to get a pick me up from them. I'm about to get a pat on the back from them. And they're like, you want to fucking quit? Don't you should quit. You're like, get the fuck out of here. So shit like that. And they just strip you down. And it's just like, they're really testing you.
Yeah, like every time you're like going through something, they're like, it pays to win. It pays to win. So like, I gotta win. Then you get there, they just shit on you some more. Never paid to win.
Yeah.
Never did.
No, they just made you run some more, but they know your limits. They really do. And they're there to see how far you can push yourself.
And that was the greatest thing. It was like, I've accomplished things that I never thought, never would do on my own. Never, ever. And now I catch myself, like I'm in my gym and I want to torture myself a
No,
little
we
bit.
see.
Oh yeah.
And no, we know.
Your workout videos turn me on. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean,
It's for all
I'm
audiences.
joking, but like I will say, now that I'm older too, and I just like have a little less energy. I see your videos, I'm like, fuck, he looks good.
Yeah.
It's
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you look great.
But
Yeah, frustrating.
I catch myself like, oh, I like this song. I'm gonna do the same movement until the song's over, because like that's what we would do. They would just make us hold poses and movements and just be painful. And I'm like, I like to try and feel that some more now. Maybe I'm getting a little freaky, Natalie.
Maybe you are. Damn.
Would you do it again?
Immediately after the show, I was like, I will never do this shit again. Now I'm like, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Just not in the cold.
I had a similar reaction that a lot of us, in the middle of it, we would be like, so if they paid you the same amount, would you do it? And we were all like, fuck no, absolutely not. But like 3 weeks later, and the DSs would all tell you, like, you're going to miss this. Whenever you leave, you're going to miss it. And I'm like, fuck no. But like 3 weeks later, I would go back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is just truly incredible. Like the setting we were in, we're sleeping in these little barracks, it was very uncomfortable, but it was so cool. It was a lamb slaughterhouse before we got in there. So like, that's like, just to put in perspective, like it was nothing nice, but you walk outside and you're in the valley of all these beautiful mountains. And it's just the most picturesque, beautiful place. And you get to do the coolest shit you'd ever do.
Every morning, Tyler and we'd wake up, and for whatever reason, we'd sit at the edge of our bed and we had to like get dressed, and Tyler and I would just look at each other and like shake our heads. Like,
laugh.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
And just kind of, Tyler would laugh and I'd be like, fuck. And then like another day.
And like every inch of your body is just in pain, sore. And then I just wake up and look over at Nick. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Let's go home.
No, truly. But it was like it was those moments that kept me going, truly. You know? And it was having, you know, Tyler there, and then we became close with JoJo and Bodie. Bodie was like the dad, you know.
Jack and Bode were definitely the father figures of the show.
They just like knew so much about outdoor stuff, and like Bodie being the Olympic athlete, like just knew so much about like muscle recovery and shit like that. He was always giving us like really helpful notes.
They were huge to our success of the show. Like just like to like surviving.
It was great.
I love those guys.
It was a really great experience.
I'm really excited to watch it back. I feel like it's going to be hard to watch back and to see you in such a vulnerable and like in pain and crying, because apparently you cry a lot, I think is what I've gathered from the trailers.
Well, I mean, there was like a tear or that here or there.
I'm just kidding.
It was emotional though.
Yeah.
No,
it
I'm
was.
sure.
It was just.
I boohooed. Yeah. I cried.
He did.
Threw up.
I heard about that.
Yuck. I don't know. I didn't know how to respond.
Ooh.
That's hot. What else are you into?
Oh my god.
Golden showers, huh? Is that on the menu?
Should we give someone some relationship advice?
Yes, please.
All right, it's time for texting office hours. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
What's your name?
I'm Taylor. I'm 35.
How can we help Taylor?
Somebody I dated from my past recently reached out and I'm not sure what to do.
All right, well, tell me about this guy. What was the dynamic of the relationship? Were you boyfriend and girlfriend? Were you married, engaged, dating? What was?
Dating. We were dating for 2.5 months.
Okay.
And it was honestly one of the best dating experiences that I've had until the last week.
Really? Okay, what happened last week?
I was about to be leaving for a long trip and he completely changed just the way that he was interacting with me. So he had been really consistent the entire time. He would text me almost every day. We saw each other twice a week. He would plan all the dates in advance, sometimes 2 dates ahead. And then the last week that I was leaving, he canceled 2 dates in a row, didn't even attempt rescheduling until I was about to be leaving, kind of ghosted a little bit on that. He didn't reply for a day. I had a follow up. I'd never had a follow up on a text from him. In the time that he didn't reply to my text, he posted 17 Instagram stories. And some of them were
That's a lot.
Another girl's posts. Yeah,
They
it was
were-
a lot. And all of that was just completely out of character.
What about another girl's post?
He was with other girls in those story posts?
There weren't girls. It was kind of fashion pictures. But when I clicked on whose original posts they were of a girl who lives in our same city. And all the other pictures on her profile were very sexy photos, but not the ones that he'd reposted.
But he was reposting her content?
Yeah, to his stories. But the real thing was that he wasn't replying to me for a whole day. I had a follow up about the plan. And then I got some really weird text messages. He wasn't texting like himself. He wasn't talking like himself. He was making a lot of excuses. And it didn't feel like the same person at all.
And where were you? Like, were you going on vacation, or were you going like on a sabbatical? Like, how long were you planning on leaving for?
What's a sabbatical?
Like when you were to like, if you had a job and then you like take like 6 months off to like write a book, like a long vacation, I think.
Never had a job, so don't know what a sabbatical is.
It was a 5-week trip.
It was 5 weeks. So it was a combination of a work trip and then a vacation, which I do multiple times a year. I travel a lot for work and I usually try to add a little personal trip onto the end. And my traveling is something that I've had challenges with in the past in dating. And so it's something that I'm really upfront with. And from season before we even went on a date, he knew I had that trip coming up. It was planned very far in advance.
It's also 5 weeks. That's not the end of the world. And you weren't going off the grid, right? Like you were planning on communicating with him while you were traveling and things like that.
We're actually talking about him coming for a few days towards the end of it.
What were the messages that he sent prior to you going on your trip? Do we have those?
No. Do we want a reading of these?
It's my job.
Yeah, dramatic reading. All right. Tyler and Natalie, take it away.
I will be you, Taylor, and Tyler will be this man.
Jerk off.
This jerk off. Hey, handsome. Hope you're having a great time with the fam. Let me know what time you're thinking for tomorrow. I'm sorting out the rest of my day.
Hi. It's been a good day overall. On hour 5 of about 7 hours of travel today. He used 3 eyes in his eye. First red flag.
Hi. Hey. Hi.
So, my elderly father got into a car accident early this week. He's fine, and it wasn't at fault. Guys, I get nervous reading in front of people.
Okay.
Sorry, Taylor.
I'm making you read because I can't.
His car was most likely totaled, though. We're driving back from blank to blank right now, and my original plan was to take the train back to blank tonight. But I'm going to make sure my parents get home safe and sound and spend some time with them. My mom is a little shaken up. I won't be back in time to spend time with you. Sorry, I'm sure you understand.
Oof, that's a lot of travel. Sorry to hear about your dad's accident. Hope everything turns out okay. And totally no worries. Soak up all the quality time with the fam. I'm sure they appreciate it. Hopefully we can make it work to hang again before I'm off.
11 p.m. on a Monday night.
Ooh.
1 day later. Hey, how are you? You're leaving the 14th, correct?
Was dealing with something the last couple days, but the universe sent me a few magical humans to help me solve it today, so now I'm great. How about you? And yes, I leave the 14th.
What the hell are y'all doing up so late? It's
Yeah.
2:30 in the morning and y'all texting like this.
Sorry. No, the caveat I sent with the email was that I'm abroad right now. And so those screenshots are 5 hours later than they should be.
Oh.
Okay, I
3
was like,
a.m. Yeah.
I was like,
Damn.
It was like 4
Go to bed.
4 p.m. on a Monday.
Go to bed.
I was about to say, yeah, what? Okay, I will stop referencing times then. Here we go. I thought he was sending some freaky text. All right, here we go. Sweet. My day was cool enough. A little restless, whatever. Is there any times you're free this week?
Tomorrow would be ideal, and Wednesday could potentially work. No response. A couple hours later. Let me know what you're thinking.
That was actually the following day.
Oh, so
The
it was.
timestamps are messing it up for you, but that what you just read was all on Monday evening after work, and then Tuesday afternoon is when I followed up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Hi. After work today, I found out I had a death in the family. I'll have to see you when you're back. My emotional state is I don't even know how to put it. Know what I mean? It's unearthing a lot of suppressed things. Other than that, I'm great and had a great day. And positive vibes and peace signs and smiles, etc., etc. I'm very happy to have met you. You're an inspiration, and I'm happy to have you in my life.
Okay.
Now, keep going.
All right. I'm so sorry for your loss. Let's just see where we're both at when I get back. I've been really enjoying getting to know you, though if I'm being completely honest, the last few days have felt pretty off. When you text me something like that, I'm not really sure what to say. Those messages, rightly or wrongly, don't come across like they're about your family situations. I haven't felt any genuine interest or intention from you in a bit, so we're probably just looking for different things. All good.
Enjoy your trip. Hit me when you're back. And thank you.
He doesn't say and.
It's just an N.
And.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then he sends you a video of fireworks, random 10-minute fireworks show in front of my spot.
When did he send that?
Like a day later.
That was a day later.
Day
Yeah,
later.
that was Wednesday night at like 9:30 p.m. And I never replied to it because I don't think he realized. But when I watched the video of the fireworks, it was taken from his apartment. I know, I've been there, I've seen that view. And there was a girl talking to him in the background sound. And this is like 9:30 when he said his emotional state is, I don't know, and he can't see me and he can't have a plan. And then also his sister, who's not an influencer, doesn't make money from Instagram, just a normal person, posted something on her Instagram that week of like her going out. And the caption was something about it being like the best week. And so it felt a bit odd that one sibling is in such a terrible emotional state and the other one is like having their best week.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
So here's the apology text.
kind of weird.
How long were these?
This was 10 months later.
10 months later. Okay.
10 months later, yeah. I didn't reply.
So you didn't respond to
hit me
fireworks.
when you're back or
And yeah,
no.
He self-incriminated himself. What an idiot.
Real, damn.
Anyways, here we are. Hey, I'm sorry. I apologize if I ever hurt you in any way, and I find it unfortunate things ended the way they did. For a long time, I've had a lot of people around me that, unbeknownst to me, didn't have my best interest at heart. A lot of people consciously trying to cloud my judgment and bring shit into my life with a smile on their face. I'm not without fault, but I only owe an apology to myself and a handful of people, and you're one of them. I was working through some things during my time with you, and I recall you had also had some pretty traumatic experiences you were working through as well. I've always believed that our hearts' defense mechanisms quickly arose and played a game of ping pong with each other, and that was it. Despite the good things we had going on, which has a biting lip emoji I have to throw in there. I hope that your time with me provided some type of healing, and I hope these words do the same. God bless you and your family. Man, it feels good to do this.
Not that pat on his back after sending the text.
He complimented himself to you in a I'm sorry apology, all while reminding you that you guys had kinky sex.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how do you feel?
I mean, I'm confused because that last week, I mean, confusion is clarity. I just took it as he lost interest or something happened. I don't know, but it was just such a drastic change in the way that he was acting, because I wouldn't have dated somebody for 2.5 months that talked like this or acted like this. And so I mean, all guys are boomerangs. They always come back. They always make a return attempt, but I don't think I was expecting this one.
So what do you
like this?
What do you want to do? Like, I guess what made you, I mean, as always, thank you, but what made you want to call in and get our advice?
Yeah, I wanted your take on what happened. You're really blunt, and I appreciate that. And then I did reply like 2 weeks later, just a short blurb. I think I sent it in as well. And he read it instantly. As soon as it said delivered, it was read, and then he hearted it. And so I wasn't sure if he reached out because he was trying to make another attempt or if he was just bored. His little bitey face threw me. Yeah, or if it was an actual genuine attempt at an apology. I'm not sure. I would just love your take. And
well, you wrote, I thought we had something good going. So you wrote, hey, I appreciate you saying this. I'm sorry you experienced that in your friendships, and for whatever fallout that may have had on us, I agree it was disappointing how things ended the way they did. I thought we had something good going. It was nice to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, a heart message is not open-ended because you specifically said, I thought we had something good going, which if he was like pining for some sort of reconciliation, you certainly gave him a window. He could have replied, yeah, I fucked up. I thought we did too. Again, I'm sorry, which could have given you an opportunity, to say, well, let's talk about it. But he didn't really do that. It's a very confusing response.
Yeah, it is a confusing response. He said those things in his very long message that Tyler just read, and I reciprocated them in my message.
Yeah. Well, I guess the question is, like, obviously that you're investing some emotional energy into this and you're wondering why. We're all confused. It is very confusing. And it sounds to me like ideally, not that you need him to give you answers or to give you closure to move on. It sounds like you would like answers if you could get them.
Yeah, if I could get answers, I would like them.
Don't do it.
I don't need them, but I would like
Taylor,
them.
you don't want those answers. It's not worth your time. I get so mad at my girlfriends back at home, like my good friends, because they're always trying to pull answers out. You guys got to get so much better at closing the door and being done with it. If he wanted to spend time with you and make those days happen with you, he would have. He wouldn't have been with that girl in the video. I think like we're all trying to find a reasoning or an excuse, but all you're going to get is excuses and bad answers, and you're never going to get the 100% honest truth. You seem like an amazing girl. You have a great job. You get to travel, do cool things. You're going to meet amazing people all the time. Get good at shutting the door on people, because you should have shut the door on this guy last October. I'm a guy. I've seen my friends do this. I've done this. You know what I mean? Like, and I see my girlfriends go through this. Guys are going to carry things out as long as they can because maybe the sex is fun or casual or good or whatever. And they're going to have that on the side. And that's all. I mean, there's no real commitment, I feel like, here, because he's able to say, oh, yeah, I want to hang out with you. And then it can't. I want to hang out with you. And I can't. You know what I mean? He's not giving you any reason. I think you are going to get so much better at closing the door on people because of this experience. If you just start closing, like, nope, that's not good. That's not right. Close the door, close the door, close the door, and be upfront. Like this is off. It ain't right. I'm good. And it'll get you to where you want to go quicker instead of lingering on this guy who I think sucks.
Damn, mic drop.
It's hard to argue with what Tyler just said.
But the better you get at closing the door on people and moving on to the next one, is the quicker you're going to find the right one. You won't waste so much emotional distress or time. Like, it sucks waiting for that text back. it sucks. Like sending a nice text and then hoping to get something. Like you sent a beautiful, like a really nice response. Like you said, like left the door open. He still just gave you a heart.
Also, he outed himself by saying, "Damn, that felt good." And by outing himself, I mean he wrote that message for himself, not for you.
You know how to lace it down. Go find the next man. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, to Tyler's point, if this was a guy who woke up one day and was like, "Fuck, I can't believe I let this person go. I got to do whatever I can to like try to follow up and get this great thing that we had back going." This is not it. You know what I'm saying? Like he could be doing so much more. And the fact that he is doing this for himself, again, has maybe nothing to do with missing whatever you guys had, other than hearing from you that, everyone likes to be missed. So when you said, yeah, we had a good thing going, that probably felt good for him. That's probably what he read, but it's also him not proving to you that he would do anything to show you how much he fucked up or regretted it.
I think guys also do this a lot too, is if they say like an old relationship happened, right? And it's been like a year or whatever, they'll send a random text like, "Hey, thinking about you, like, hope you're well, like, miss you, blah, blah, blah." That text ain't for you. That's for them. That's for that guy to try and get a response and maybe muster something up.
Just to see how quick you reply or how much you might miss.
See if he still has it. Yeah, like that text ain't for you. I mean, multiple times he said, "This is, feels good for me." Like if I was writing an apology to somebody, I would never include myself in an apology,
Or a lip biting emoji.
Yeah. Like, and like the blowing air out emoji. Like that's what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that was weird.
Like I think you got a tool on your hands. But no, I really think when guys send those like year later texts, it's only for the guys, never for the girl.
Yeah, I agree. I've gotten plenty of those. I've dated a lot of people.
A lot of guys missing you. That's good.
Very good at cutting people off. And I've gotten a lot of those boomerang texts of that dudes making their return. I think I've never gotten one quite like this. And I think, I don't like this behavior or the behavior of that last week. I think it was just such a sharp difference that was the confusing part for me.
Yeah, and that sucks, right? And it can fuck with us, and
your gut's always right.
Yeah.
I think he eventually showed his true colors, and the true colors you don't like. So might as well just be done with it. If he texts you again, I don't feel like it needs a response.
And as a bummer as it is, because I know you mentioned like I hadn't. It was the best 2.5 months that I've had. Like, unfortunately, anyone can fake it for a couple months. So unfortunately, there's no follow up. I feel like. Did we give you an answer that you really wanted?
And yeah. I was just looking for your thoughts. I wasn't necessarily set on sending another message or talking to him.
Maybe just block him on your phone now. Kind of to Tyler's point, just really shut it down.
Shut that door. Keep them blocked forever too.
I can do that. Yeah, no, I do the Nick move of block them and then delete their contact.
Yeah, you gotta delete their contact after they block, because then you
just have a list of numbers. You have no idea who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we finally erase this guy from your memory, and
sounds good.
You can go on a high note knowing that he, did think of you, and your ego can be super happy about it. And
facts.
And there we go.
Amazing. Thank you.
All right. Well, where are you calling from?
I'm in England right now.
Oh, nice.
I have another question for you in regards to dating abroad.
Shoot.
If you don't mind. I move locations quite a bit. I've been traveling for a little while now. And I find it a little hard to date anyone in kind of a serious way. Like everyone just assumes it's going to be like a one date thing.
Sure. Oh, because you are abroad?
Because I'm abroad, but like I have very flexible plans. So
do you think
I've stayed in places longer?
More than the average guy, they find out you're like traveling abroad and they just assume that you're there to hook up just because it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
I think you need to withhold some information. I think you need to don't let these people know how long you're there or how long you're working there. I work here. I work in England full time. They don't need to know shit else. And then if it gets serious, then you could tell, oh, I might have to move here, relocate. The job just had to do a curveball at me,
Are you recommending I lie? I start things off with a
It's
lie?
how long are
Nick
you
is
in
up
England
for
for?
I've been here for a month. I'm here for at least another month.
Yeah, that's full time.
That's
I would,
living. That is living.
I don't think you need to tell any of these guys before you go on a
A
date.
month left to
Are-
live.
when
That's
are
full
when
time.
when are you telling these guys?
Well, it's in my dating profiles that I'm
Okay,
nomadic.
yeah. So to Tyler's point,
Yeah,
take that
out.
out.
Take
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 that out.
it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
And then
good.
don't be giving any unnecessary information about yourself via like text messages on dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment when guys are just trying to get to know you, be like, and if you want to meet them, if you're interested, then be like, I'd love to have this conversation in person, like over a cup of coffee. Let's get together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I agree with Tyler. You take it out of your bio. You don't need to offer that information up. So that's kind of an easy win you can do.
Y'all were all laughing at me a minute ago. Now y'all are nodding your heads yes because Nick said it. That's cool.
different. That's so
I guess-
different than
I
what
guess we
you're
are
But
on
on
the
the
way
first,
out.
yeah, if it comes up on the first date, don't lie.
I was born here. I lived here forever.
Puts on an
Um,
accent.
Well, just be like, you don't have to say how long you're working there for. Just be like, yeah, I'm here.
And then, but it's going to come up. So, you know, so
Alright.
on the first date, they find out you're like, yeah, I work, you know, I've been working abroad, I'm traveling. They're like, oh, how long are you here for? And maybe assuming the questions come up or like, well, like, did the guys ever ask you, like, what are, like, not this, I'm sure they don't say what's your intentions for dating, but did they ask you, like, some version of that? Like, why are we out on a date? Or do they inquire as to what your goals are when you date?
So it's usually a joke about if I'm looking for citizenship in the country. They'll be like, what are you looking for here? Like citizenship? And I'm like, if you can get me an EU passport, I'm all for it.
Okay. But at
Cute.
some point, do you tell these guys that like, hey, I'm honestly just looking for Mr. Right, or like what are your intentions?
I am open to a relationship, but I'm not in a rush.
Okay. I think just take it out of your bio.
Take it out of your bio, and if they ask
Okay.
you, say you're here for the next year.
Oh my god.
Next year, did you say?
Yes. If a girl told me she's here for the next 3 weeks, I'm like, well, she ain't here for a long time. She's here for a good time. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because like,
You're a
Yeah.
dog.
what?
You're a dog.
I'm a guy.
He's a guy, yeah.
Like, I'm just telling you how guys are think. If you tell me, oh, I'm only on a random date with this girl I met on a dating app, and then you tell me, oh, I'm only going to be here for 3 more weeks. I'm like, well, she's on here. She's out dating because she wants to have, you know, I'm thinking in my head that, you know what I mean? I'm insinuating in my head. And so that's why these guys are like, oh, I'm going to love bomb you and try and hook up and have fun. And then I know
You'll
in
be
about
gone
3
in 3
weeks, I can wipe
weeks.
my hands clean with you, you know?
Damn. Guys are terrible.
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 But at least we have Tyler and Nick here to be honest with us.
True. That's true.
It's true.
Especially, I hear European guys are way, way worse than Americans. Americans, especially South Floridians, much more gentleman-like. You know,
Maybe you should take a trip to Jupiter.
you
Florida.
should. It's out of this world, baby.
Maybe stop in, what's the name of that restaurant that you just opened?
3 natives.
3 Natives. Maybe stop in 3 Natives, get an acai
Get
bowl.
you a smoothie bowl, girl.
Smoothie bowl.
Oh, I love a smoothie bowl. Do you got pitaya too?
We got Pattaya.
Damn.
I got everything you need.
Damn. We know where she's going.
He's coming back from Europe early.
Mhm.
I'm booking my flight right now.
Yeah.
I think just go have some
Yeah.
fun. Date.
Okay.
And lie.
Don't lie.
Lie. Thank you.
But just, I don't know. Like,
Lies of omission.
You're playing poker. Hold some of your cards back.
I was always terrible at that game.
well, something to improve on. I do think the fact that you are dating abroad makes it low stakes. And I think you can try, if like, honestly, it's a great time to just kind of fuck around and find out in a sense, right? Like you might be dating like intentionally and hope that you meet the right person, but the fact that you are abroad and you are moving does make it more challenging. That's just a fact, right? And it does give both people an out. So why don't you just try different approaches to dating and try different things or ask different questions and see if anything sticks that you like, you know? Like,
Mhm.
there's no perfect way to dating. And I do think we get stuck in a rut, and just like everything else, we kind of say the same things and have the same conversations and have the same talking points and get the same drinks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why don't you just mix it up and try different approaches?
Yeah,
And-
you get to reinvent yourself
yeah.
everywhere you go because no one knows you. You have nothing to lose.
Give us an update.
Give us an update.
Circle back.
Will do.
We want-
come visit Jupiter.
Yeah. We want dating escapades of Taylor.
Yes.
Date around the world,
Will
baby.
do.
All right, Taylor. Thanks for calling. Keep us updated.
Thanks. Will
All right.
do.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Tyler, it's been great.
Those are thrilling.
Thrilling.
Those are fun.
You can come back anytime and do an Ask Nick episode. We'll just take calls.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's ask Nick some shit.
Oh, man, thanks for coming. So much
Appreciate
fun.
It was
Love
a
you.
blast. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks. Even you, Nat. I'll follow you. I'm sorry.
I don't really want it. I don't think I'll unfollow
That's my
you.
sorry.
I'm not really interested anymore.
You DM me.
Okay. Okay, let's
Okay.
clear that up.
Slid in my DMs, Nick.
Nick, they were filming and Tyler was posting on his story and I was like, oh my God, I know Tyler's there. I need to ask him, like, is Nick okay? Is he like good? And it was just, he had just paid
was
somebody to
cute.
post
It was
on
cute.
hix account. But
Yeah.
I just needed to know if Nick was, I was down bad. I needed
Mhm.
to know if Nick was okay.
Well, I still love you, Tyler.
Love you too, brother.
Where can people follow you? All that fun stuff. What can you promote?
What can I promote? Well, we have a show coming out on September 25th called Special Forces. I don't know if we touched on it. It was tough. It was hard. That'll be good. That's all I can talk about right now.
Okay.
I
Well, follow Tyler. All that fun stuff.
You want to shout out your restaurants if you're in Jupiter?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in South Florida area, come check me out at 3 Natives. If I'm not there, my poster's on the wall there. So
take a picture.
Next best thing.
Next best
There's a
thing.
cutout.
no, but we just opened up in Delray Beach, West Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Jupiter.
Yeah,
are my
support a good
stores.
cause.
Yeah.
Support Tyler's
Oh,
restaurants.
actually, I know what I can talk about. I have my gala October 26th. Would love for you guys to be there.
What is it?
So I started a foundation on my mom,
Aw.
and we give out full scholarships to students that are in need. And right now in the South Florida area, and we want to keep growing. Our first year was 2 students. This year we did 5. Next year we want to hopefully double that again. But it's a huge night, tons of fun. It'll be a big boat weekend afterwards. That's why I tried to say, well, like we're gonna be on the boat all weekend afterwards, guys. So you'll get your full money's worth of South Florida. But incredible night, incredible cause. We're doing such great things with the foundation. It's called the Tracy Cameron Foundation. We got 7 students right now, hoping to double that. We started a mentorship program at Jupiter High School where we go in and we work with the leadership program of Jupiter, the student government, and we help them with all their initiatives. And you know, like right now we're building out a closet for them and stocking it with just everything you need, toiletries like deodorant, sprays, toothbrush, clothes for kids in need and whatnot. So just trying to find ways to help our community and make it better. And I'm a big believer, if you want to make a change, you got to start where you're at in your little community, and that little thing will trickle and trickle and trickle and get bigger, bigger, bigger. So if you can't make it, donate to the foundation, and every dollar helps, whether it's $1 or $100.
How can you donate?
Go to the website. It's in my bio on my Instagram. But yeah, it's my favorite thing in the world, helping kids, get to where they want to go in life.
And dedicated to your mom.
And dedicated to my mom. So
We love that.
Beautiful. We'll be there.
awesome.
When is it?
October 26th.
Okay. Make it work.
Yeah, maybe we can watch an episode together.
Yeah.
We should do an episode recap.
Oh my God, that's the day after. Oh, no.
Well, the weekend, it'd be like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You have to stay in Jupiter a long time with me, guys. But
Ugh.
maybe that Monday we could shoot it.
All right, man. Love you.
Love you guys.
Send in those questions at asknick@theviallfiles.com.
We definitely played Wake Forest. I knew it.
Let me see.
I knew it. It was in 1982, but I knew it. That was the last matchup. I know that I recognize that
On
name.
that note, guys, I'm out.
Bye.
Wait, I think we won too. Let me pull it back up.
Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.